Hey there, it's Heather Hakes. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're doing something a little different. I want to walk you through how to overcome challenges and obstacles in life. If you find yourself currently going through high stress and living in survival mode, I want to share with you what's possible on the other side of that and how you can grow through what you go through. Before we dive in, I want to offer you a free video training on how to reprogram your subconscious mind. You can grab it directly in the description box below and also on my website, heatherhakes.com. Today, we're doing things a little differently. I want to share with you, and honestly, I'm just reflecting on my past year, which was one of the most challenging years I've been through in quite a long time. But now that I feel I'm on the other side of it, I want to share with you what's possible when you're going through high stress, when you're going through living in survival mode, when it's constantly challenges and obstacles left and right, what's possible for you on the other side of that. The big thing that I want to emphasize is that whatever you resist, persists. And when we resist something, when we're living in those white knuckling life, high stress and overwhelm and anxiety, we are actually fueling and giving more energy to the problems in our life. And so what I want to help you do is shift your mindset from focusing on problems to being more proactive, learning how to respond to life and start focusing on solutions. And really that idea of growing through what you go through. So let me give you a little background and what the challenges and obstacles I've been through in this last year. It honestly has been one of the more challenging ones that I can remember in like all of my life, but it just felt like constant punches in the gut, one thing after another. It was my mom's health, and then it was my dad's health, and in and out of ERs and hospitals. And I was living in, and I have not been this way since like corporate, very high stress survival mode. And when you're living in that state, on edge, fight or flight, it is not sustainable. And when you're living in survival mode, you do not have any energy to create or change your current circumstances because you are literally treading water, just trying to get through the days. So that was the big thing. High stress, constant issues between mom and dad, and then extended family. Everybody becomes Google WebMD experts, and everyone has opinions, and nobody's doing anything right. It created a lot of rifts. On top of that, I was in a long distance relationship, which I ended up moving after things kind of smoothed out with my parents. I moved out of state to be with this guy. Turns out we weren't so compatible. So then I moved back to Denver. And so obviously, when it comes to breakups, there's a lot of things that happen, right? We feel rejection and we feel sadness and there's grief and there's failure. And so literally the last 7 months, I have spent a lot of time going within introspection. I spent a lot of time in isolation and kind of just figuring things out. Yes, it's been lonely at times, but I didn't feel in the right energy to go out and be social. I didn't want to do those things anymore. And sometimes you will go through periods of life and it's kind of like a hermit stage. And this is your opportunity not to distract, not to numb out with different vices like alcohol and shopping and travel, but literally to feel it. I love the idea that you have to feel it to heal it. And that's literally what I've done for the last 7 months. I had to feel through a lot of emotions. I had to feel through anger and grief and resentment, and it didn't feel good. But remember, whatever you resist persists, and so it's literally sitting through the fire of discomfort. So here's where I want to pause and turn this back on you. When you find yourself, and if you're currently going through challenges and obstacles in life, I want to invite you to power of the pause. Take a step back. That's how you can get a 30,000 foot overview and have a different perspective on the problems in life. Write things out. This is journaling, really comes into play here. But I had to sit down and get really clear. I don't want to be angry or sad or lonely or isolated. Victim mentality doesn't serve anyone, and it's definitely hurting you the most. And when you go through these periods of introspection, ask questions. What is this teaching me? What is this? Where is the gift in all of this? And what I love most about the idea of, quote, rejection or failure, rejection is always redirection. Sometimes things don't go as we planned because something even better is on the other side of it. And where it really came to head for me was this past weekend. I did a half marathon, a 13.1 trail mile run up in the mountains at 9,200 feet elevation. And while I was going through this run, and for me, running is a bit of a moving meditation. I'm really present. I'm in the moment. I wasn't listening to any music at this period, but all of a sudden, all of these emotions are bubbling up. It was like around mile 9. So these emotions are bubbling up and I'm already gasping for air, right? I'm running this long marathon, but it was those emotions that wanted to release, and emotions want to be felt. What most of us do is we resist them, we suppress them, we don't want to feel them. But here's what I'm offering you. Feel your emotions, because that is how you free and liberate your energy. And so I choked it down a little bit because I'm trying to breathe just to get through the run. But when I finished the run and I got back to my car, I felt the emotions. Some of it was just proud, like this breakthrough, because running that half marathon trail run was extremely challenging. But I just felt this release of emotions that I believe I've been harboring for nearly a year that just wanted to let go. And then I had another release a couple days ago, walking my pup in the evening, and it just like, I felt this sense of calm and peace come over me, and I cried a little bit. I had to let the emotions out. So that's what I want to offer you when you're going through challenges and obstacles. Remember, whatever you resist persists. Living in survival mode, living in high stress and burnout takes a toll on your mental health, your physical health, and affects everything negatively in your life. So in order to take your power back, in order to get back control of your life, you have to learn how to respond, not react. And this is the power of meditation and journaling and being present. I love the quote, the idea, be where your feet are. Most of our problems in life come from dwelling on the past and anxious about the future. The only moment you have is right here, right now. When you're going through a lot of chaos, and that's what this past year felt like, which is one thing after another. When you're going through chaos, think of it like this, that you have to break down to have a breakthrough. And again, when you don't resist it, when you're able to take a step back, to observe it, to feel it, to release those emotions, you can go through life a whole lot easier. Think about it like flowing downstream. You can flow with the currents of life instead of resisting, paddling upstream, creating more friction and problems. And the best part about all this, nothing ever lasts. So understand the ebbs and flow of life, that if you're going through challenges and obstacles, that you can grow through what you go through, and that nothing ever lasts. So I want to inspire and empower you that if you're currently going through challenges and obstacles and dark periods of life, grow through what you go through. Understand that it's not only happening for you, but life is truly happening through you. And if you have constant anger and doubt and worry and an anxiety, when you take your power back and start becoming mindful and intentional with your thoughts and emotions, you can change the trajectory of your life anytime you choose. We are not victims to circumstances, but rather you are a creator of your reality. And now that I'm on the other side of it, I just feel like I'm in a much better place to talk about this. But I just truly want you to understand it's okay to take time to pull back. It's okay to go into hermit mode. It's okay to want to isolate and do some self-introspection. Just don't stay there. And what's coming to mind is that obviously hindsight is always 20/20. When we're out of the setbacks, we can see more clearly. So although you may not understand why you're currently going through what you're going through, understand that it is actually happening for you, for your growth, for your evolution, to become more mindful, to become more intentional in your life. And most importantly, I want to leave you with this message. You don't have to go through things alone. Have those friends. If you don't have that inner circle, that's what coaches are for, or mentors. Join communities of like-minded people. We are not meant to go through things alone. And to bring it full circle, I always have a word of the year. And my word for this year is alchemist. And I actually wear it on this necklace of mine. But you have the power to alchemize and transform any situation you're going through. When you come from a new perspective, when you come at it through new energy, you literally can transform any setback, any obstacle, and any challenge in your life. I'm going to leave you with this quote from Wayne Dyer. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you're the first to know when new videos drop. And give me a thumbs up. I'll catch you on the next one.